Hello folks and welcome back to the Entropy Universe here on Whelp Squad TV. Today we're going to be out hunting some mollusk, and I am really hoping it's going to be the last time that I'm going to be doing this style of hunt with my bycatch Blix. It has seen me through so much. This knife has seen me through level 26, and I think maybe even level 25. I might have started using it a little early. Level 26 all the way through currently 36.79 or something like that. 36.7, somewhere around there. Anyways, I'm hoping to gain enough skill tonight to be close enough to use the Firefly with just 2 skill mod enhancers. And at that time, I'll be skilling with the Firefly to take advantage of the SIB bonus. So we're going to be hunting with that probably during the next stream. That's my hope, is to be having my first Firefly hunt on stream like that. And then my first real Firefly hunt, once I can fully enhance it with damage enhancers, that's going to be a special one. We're gonna fight some special mobs for that. But that's going to be a little bit off yet, because I still need to do some grinding to get that out of the way. And mollusk are one of the best things I can think of for the time being. They're great skill mobs, so we're going to try that. Alright. Trying to get all the chats up. No, we don't want that. My Kindle Fire is a really special machine. Oh no, what did they do? Oh God, I hope there's not a lot of trees up here now. Oh no. Did they ruin my spot? Please be no trees on. Oh no. Well, for one, I hope the spawn is still there. Oh, that's not looking good. I see trees. I still see red though. Red is good. Red's a good sign. Okay, we're all right. Actually, that's I don't know. A little prettier maybe. We're gonna see how it does. Okay, wish me luck, guys. So I set out on this journey almost a year ago today of trying to skill up to using... Oh, is that my tablet that's making noise? I think that was my tablet. Or is it my own Twitch feed? No, it's not. It was the tablet. So yeah, I've got my unlimited tier 7 Genesis Firefly in my inventory. And I've been waiting quite a while to use it. So that's what we're looking at right now. And I'm hoping that's going to be 45 out of 90 damage once we're done here tonight. Depends how many of these guys I can get killed. I gotta start focusing up, trying to get the rhythm back. That looks very promising, though. That's a really big pocket of them right there, close together. Oh god, that... a mayhem team name. Oh, Jesus. Some of those team names get ridiculous. Although it's quite accurate. You know what? I don't know if I can hunt mollusk after this. They got a lot creepier with the graphics update. Do you see the eyes on these fuckers? Why do I not remember their eyes being like that? Somebody needs to look that up. There's an old picture. I'm gonna look up my own streams. I don't remember them having glowing white eyes. That's actually horrifying. Let me get the setup so you can see what we're using. We're going for maximum killage with using an EXP pill. Every time I use one, since it's something that I've paid for, I try to make sure that I get the most out of it. If I'm going to be grinding anyways, might as well grind to the max while you're using an XP pill. Besides, it's fun. I love being able to kill over 700 mollusk in an hour. And I'm not joking on that number. This one, we're probably going to be closer to that 700 mark. Probably low 700s, but there was one run I did. I think I did 784, something like that. Something ridiculous like that. I'm hoping to see one good loot. I've been hunting a lot of very small mobs for the past month. I've been hanging out on Arcadia hunting Oros nonstop because they were dropping Christmas boxes, like candy. I got 328 Christmas boxes off of Oro, like young and mature. The TT return is pretty great too. I killed something like 18,000 Oros, I think, during my time on Arcadia. Because I finished the 12k kills, not points, 12k kills. Frederick. Thanks, man. Yeah, no, I love it. I absolutely love this knife. It's fantastic. For its level, you actually can't beat it for this level. It's insane DPS. It's gotten me a long way. I tried forever. There's like, I love that style of blade. I do love that style of knife. There's a knife that's one model above this one that I tried to locate, and I think it's like the Bikak Bet or the Rudik Bet. I can't remember which one it is. It's one of the bets. I think. And I think it starts Sib at like level 26, something like that. It's just above it. Looks just like this knife. I tried to locate one, but they're hard to find these days. There's a lot of Blixes around. Blixes are super easy to find. If anybody's interested in finding one, last time I looked, I mean, there was a couple on auction. I think the one on it was a little overpriced. I think for tiering costs and what I valued this weapon at the current market price, it'd probably be at tier 7, right around 1,000 or maybe 1,100 ped, TT plus 1,000 or 1,100, somewhere around there. I think there was one on auction for like TT plus 1,700. And honestly, for DPS wise, I mean, that's a lot of DPS for the money. But that's probably a little too steep. I don't know. I'm not sure right now. But for a daily grinder, it's fantastic. With a melee trauma amp 6, which is what I got on it, and full damage enhancer, so just those two things, with wearing an imp air race ring, so just an imp improved air race, nothing fancy or none of the more expensive rings, I'm getting 82 DPS. That's actual DPS, not Mind Arc DPS. That's like actual DPS. Which is why I'm cutting through these things so fast. So the reason why I'm so excited to use the Firefly in a short amount of time is because with the same setup, the Firefly that I have is tier 7, just like this. The Firefly is going to be 102 DPS. So right now, because I'm using a reload pill, I'm doing more like 88 DPS. So I think when I use the reload pill on the Firefly, I'll probably be doing closer to 110, which is, it's a significant jump, and it's definitely going to put me in a range to kill some mobs that I haven't really been able to go after before easily. Because I'd like to be able to start hunting some nice sized mobs relatively easy with these wonderful items right here. The Matrix amplifiers for return and HP and stuff. It's such a great thing that they added to the system. Lifesteal. So Fred, what do you do for the most part in Entropia? Better mobs, better loot. Hell yeah. I can actually hunt spiders with this little knife. I've tested it. It's actually easy. I can do it without healing most of the time. I can hunt spider youngs with this knife. This Blix, no problem. I actually have a couple streams of that archive too. Robots? Robots are good, man. I hunted quite a few Droka, and then really where I got my start with doing a lot of hunting. I did a lot of beacons with Hijacker Inferno, and we cleared so many beacon missions out. Just an obscene amount of beacons out. He's the Beacon King. He's our resident Beacon King. He's done more beacons than anybody in game. And I killed a lot of robots doing that, and then I've done some of the mission chains too. My most killed mobs by far are Mollusk and Merp, and I think Oro now, because when I was on Arcadia just recently, I killed roughly 18,000 Oro just on my short time in Arcadia, like the past 3 or 4 weeks. And I got the 12k mission done and the first repeatable 60k point mission done while I was there. Not so much PvP. The firefly is gonna be slightly better, but it's still, you're talking, if you're really getting into PvP, I mean, people that got 400, 500 health that are hanging out in PvP, it ain't gonna do squat to them. You'd have to get really lucky with a crit from the firefly, because I think the firefly can eventually crit for like 500 and something, I think. It's a slower weapon. The firefly is a slower weapon that does higher damage, which is good for melee, especially when you're looking into it. It's really good to find one kind of a median speed. I don't like things that are too slow. That's why the firefly to me was like the perfect item, because it still does a decent amount of damage. I'll get you the stats for it here in a second again. So those are the base damage stats. It's 45 to 90 at 45 attacks. So your enhancer usage isn't too bad. So something like the Arc Spark? I think it's the Arc Spark. Great knife, and it's really good if you just use it with a trauma amplifier. But if you enhance that thing, you are gonna be spending so much money on enhancers, because it has a attack speed I think of 70. Which is super, super high. So you're gonna be breaking a lot of enhancers with that. So that's why I generally try to stick with weapons that do a higher damage yield per attack. So that way you can maximize your enhancer usage. And I know I'm not doing great eco setup by doing this. I perfectly understand that, but it is fun. I like cutting through a lot of mobs at once. At the end of the day, you gotta have fun with what you're hunting. This is my preferred hunting style. I like to do burst hunting for the most part. I've been really good this past month. I was doing non-stop. I was just hunting with the knife, wasn't using any enhancers or anything like that. I was getting really constant returns on Oros, and I got stacks. Let me show you the Christmas boxes. All those Christmas boxes off of Oros. I did really good on Oros. It was definitely a profit month. But now I'm back to go do some burst hunting. That Fireforge 9300 hits hard but slow reload. Yeah. Yep. The old Fireforge rifles are pretty neat. What's the range like on that one? I feel like the 9300 had a decent range too. Looks like I have to turn around. I hope some of these guys aggro. That's the only problem with mollusk. They're better than some mobs. They do have a definite aggro range, but there's a lot of mobs that aggro better than them. There's so many over here though. That's why this spot's great. What level am I? My highest level, I think, is 42 laser sniper. That's my highest level. I'm pretty sure at some point I'm going to surpass that, though, with knife fighter. I plan to mostly be using knife fighter from now on for all my main hunting. My next project phase, though, which is going to take a lot of my attention, is going to be Mind Force. I'm actually going to be going into Mind Force. And I'm going to try and post as many Mind Force related streams as I can and all the different chips that I'm going to buy. So that's like my next project. Once I max the Firefly, and have a few really good, you know, hunts on some large mobs with it, then I'm going to switch focus and start from scratch with Mind Force pretty much. I did a little bit of skilling. I was on Arcadia, it was a few months back, doing some more skilling on Arcadia, and I was just killing Karabakh with some Mind Force chips, and I killed a lot of Karabakh when I was there. Like, I think it was like 7,000 or 8,000 Karabakh, and I got some of my basic levels out of the way for combustive, kinetic, and cryogenic. So I could, you know, decide what I wanted to go into. I tested everything a little bit. I'm split between going into kinetic and combustive. It's hard to find the larger combustive chips, and the big problem with combustive chips is that they are very slow. They are the slowest. They are the slowest of all the chips, while the same element, corrosive attack chips, which skills your pyrokinetic skill, they're actually the fastest. So you can do both things, obviously. If you use one, you can skill with one for a while and switch to the other one. 42 Uber, you ain't Swedish. 42 isn't exactly an Uber. I'm barely mid-level. Once I have, like, the ability to use my Firefly, once I have my Firefly, and I can use that, then I will consider myself low mid-level. Now, you want Uber? My buddy, Hijacker, who's in Canada, he's got 327 HP, I think. 327 HP, something like that. He's like level 92, I think. And he's like, he considers himself an introductory level Uber. Because there's some dudes with over 500 HP now. Which is sickening to me. But yeah, he can solo almost every mob in the game. There isn't much he can't fight. So someday, I'm hoping to at least be half that good. I need to get a new armor set at some point. That's going to be one of the things that's going to start holding me back, I think, is the combination of my HP and my protection values in my armor. The armor I got, it's not bad. I can post you the stats here. So I'm using Jarhead with 5 Bs. This is an unlimited custom Jarhead set that I had painted for me. And it's actually tier 3, so the protection values are all pretty good. Got defense answers on this. I could take the defense answers off for dealing with mollusk. You don't need it, but I'm just lazy and they don't cost that much. So we got a good group here. I've been trying to get a little bit. Go here. Oh, I see it's tea time. Oh, cool. All right, thanks for watching, man. I'm gonna stream this game a little bit more often now. I was kind of just, I was doing such little hunts on Arcadia. I didn't think anybody would find them interesting on the Oros, you know. I was just kind of grinding those nonstop. But now that I'm back to trying some bigger stuff, I should be able to post more. So thanks for stopping by, bud. Appreciate it. I hate these earbuds. I would have music for you guys to listen to, but I haven't gotten a Twitch-approved playlist yet. I gotta find some of the music that's okay, like royalty-free music that's okay to stream on Twitch. I should look into that. My setup that I have for streaming, I have a Blue Yeti microphone. You know, I'd really like it if you would swing and not just open random stuff. There we go. So that's the Blue Yeti microphone. I have a tablet to my immediate left that I'm using to check the chat quickly. And then I have an issue where my tablet has had problems with Twitch for years. So I have a laptop set up on my left side as well, with the master chat there to make sure I don't miss anything. Whoa. Oh, my blade went up a tick. It's always exciting. I was hoping to get this thing to tier 8 someday. I just don't think it's ever gonna happen now. I gotta save up money if I ever want to tier my firefly. My firefly is at tier 7.99. The tier cost is what's keeping me from doing it. And I know we get the TT value back, which is great now, and that's definitely a nice incentive, but the markup of the tier components right now is still pretty crazy. I think we're getting close to the first time when we have to TT some stuff. Come on. Really? There's the culprit. So far, this hunt has been god-awful. Oh, he's still alive. That little jerk. I'm getting tired of stopping for only a couple, so I'm going to try and grab a bunch. See that aggro? There is a bunch back there that didn't even want to run after me. Lazy. This is so bad so far. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what way I want to go Mind Force wise. See, I already have one kind of nice Mind Force chip, is why I'm thinking I'm going with Combustive. Because I have a Combustive Attack Chip 5 and it's tier 3.9. So if I can get a hold of some opals, I can get that thing tiered to tier 4. And the tier rates on it are actually really pretty incredible. So I'd love to tier that thing up some more. My goal is to have every attack chip of a certain line, and then have those available at my rental shop on PCF eventually. I fully plan to reopen the Blades of Talos rental shop in the near future, but I want to make sure I have enough product. I sold a couple items, and my Firefly, which I had up there forever, is no longer going to be available because I'm going to be using it often. The Bycatch Blix will forever be available, though, in the rental system for sure, because now it's no longer necessary for me to keep grinding with it after this hunt. But it may help somebody else achieve their grinding goals, because it sure helped me. I don't know why it is, I always seem to hunt these things near the night. And it's even creepier in the night now with the stupid white eyes. I honestly don't remember. I really don't remember that. They may have had glowing white eyes, but I don't remember them being like this. To be honest, it's kind of easier to see them like individual mobs. Alright, I gotta say the name of this team because it's bothering me so much, and I know it's a very unprofessional team name to even talk about, but Pea Tornadoes and Golden Showers. What the hell's wrong with people? I have inadvertently gotten some of my Fostervix mission done too. Not intentionally, but they're out here. There's no reason to just, you know, pick up a move to avoid them. There's only a couple, so I just kill them anyways. I got this this kinetic attack chip too. I don't even think I'm not even maxed on that, am I? Oh no, I am. I can go grind some Karabakh with that thing. Yes, tier 7, dude. You don't see too many of them that high anymore. They used to be around, you used to be able to find them, but I think people, for the most part, people that have them are holding on to them, except one person is actually selling one on auction right now. It's the first time I've seen one up for sale in a long time. I bought mine at tier 6 and got it to tier 7 myself. So yeah, this thing puts out some nice damage. And the coolest thing is, I'm prepping to be able to use this bad boy, who is also tier 7. So that's the goal right there, folks. That is the long-term goal. It's been about a year grinding. I started out at like level 15 knife fighter a year ago or so. I'm up to 39 knife fighter actually, but I'm only at 36 damage. So damage is what's holding me back right now from being able to use the firefly. And the only reason why the stats aren't crazy higher is because I don't have the melee trauma amp or damage enhancers on it. I have 2 weapon skill mods. And you see, we're getting really close to having that number maxed. My hope is that by the end of this hunt, we're either going to be maxed on that damage, because we're already maxed on attacks and hit. I want to be maxed on the damage if I can be, or at least within like 0.1. Because if it's only 0.1, then I'm not going to care about that, honestly. I'm just going to go ahead and hunt with it. There's no reason to put an extra enhancer on it for like 0.1 of a damage. I'd rather just put another damage enhancer on it. So that knife with 5 damage enhancers and 2 skill enhancer mods, I should be putting out identical DPS currently to what I'm putting out in my Blix. That's what I'm hoping, and maybe even a little bit more. I'd have to do the math. It may even be a little bit more. But it's going to be really close. So I'll be able to do all the stuff I'm doing right now. And if I use one of these boys, I'm actually going to be getting more HP back per swing, but I'm going to be getting that back slower because it's a slower weapon. So that's going to balance out for now, but eventually the difference is going to be when I can do all damage enhancers. Because right now, with my current setup, with an Imp Air Ace ring, just an improved Air Ace, nothing fancier than that, we have the Melee Trauma Amp 6, and 7 damage enhancers. I'm doing 82 actual DPS, so that's not Mind Arc DPS, that's actual DPS with this knife. The Firefly, which is the one I just showed you guys, with the same exact setup, is going to do 102 DPS, so that's 20 DPS jump, which is pretty significant. And that couldn't have come at a better time, because this hunt has been terrible so far. That was really good. What size was that? A gatherer, huh? Thank you. Yeah, I was getting a little worried there for a while because we weren't having anything. That's better than the globals I was getting over on Arcadia. I was over there hunting Oros for the past month because they were dropping Christmas boxes like candy. So like I was getting used to those 11 ped globals and stuff like that. And that was the best I did. I had like I think I had one 36 ped global on an Oro, and that was like the biggest I had for a long time. So even that little 40 pedder right there is better than what I've been dealing with lately. I did have a good one. I had one good loot when I was over on Arcadia. I had a 379 ped Awiko, which is like an Oro's bigger cousin. They're bright orange instead of being like the little blue raptors, and their head crest is a little bit bigger. So yeah, I'm really stoked to be able to use that new knife like next hunt. This is the last hunt I think with this Bykeck Blix. I've used it like for 8 months now, maybe 9. I've been using it for. It's been a long time. I got 2 Ubers with the Blix in the last 2 months. Nice, dudes. You got one too? Fun weapon, right? Get that thing tiered up, man. They're so worth it. It's worth all the tier costs. I gotta tell you, actually, my tier cost, I don't know what it would cost now to get the tier 7, but when I tiered it from tier 6 to tier 7, I want to say 6 to 7 months ago, it didn't cost that much. It was only like 300 ped with markup, and I thought that was super reasonable for that tier. I had a 680 something ped Hoff, but that wasn't with the Blix. That was with a rifle, I think. I think the biggest, probably the biggest, no, the biggest loot that I had with the Blix, I was in this spot, and it was on a mollusk Scout, which is I think the level 12, and I hit a 480 ped Hoff. That was the best I've had, I think, with the Blix. So I'm looking to do better than that with the Firefly, because my first hunt, it took me a long time to decide what I wanted to hunt, like for my first thing, something that would be, you know, difficult, like really difficult for me in any other situation than using a high DPS weapon that's got lifesteal, because of that attachment. And I'm going to try Hoglow. I think I decided on Hoglow because I've never really been able to hunt Hoglow. And I know it's in a taxed area, but in my opinion, it's going to be like a very occasional hunt. It's not going to be something I'm going to grind. I'm going to go and just hunt like as many of the larger mobs that I haven't really been able to touch before, because this entire time, this entire road trip to getting to being able to use the Firefly, I've also gained a decent amount of HP. So it's been a while since I've tried some of the bigger mobs just with having extra hit points. Because I mean, I went from 121 HP to 157, I think, over the course of the year, something like that. It was a pretty decent year for HP. Ghost Mike, there's one weapon out there you should look out for. It's like your next weapon up from the Blix, because I went like several weapons up, because there's only really one good in between weapon. I don't know if you've ever heard of an Omegaton Flashfire, but there's only one, I think, in game. I have no idea if the person who has it would even ever consider selling it, but it is an in-between weapon. I thought about at one point, I put feelers out, you know, trying to look for it, because I was hopefully going to get it from my rental shop at some point, because I thought it would be fun to have it available for everybody to be able to use, you know, rather than just one person having the only one of it, and it not even being, you know, a high-end weapon. It's a lower level knife. It's a level 30 knife. But if you can find one, That's a good weapon. Also, I think I came up with the name, the Rutic Bet. I think it's a Rutic Bet. The Rutic Bet is the same style of knife as a Bycak Blix. It's just the model up from this. So whereas your Bycak Blix maxes at level 26, I think a Rutic Bet starts at level 26, and it's just a little bit more damage. You know, but it's enough to make it worth it. And I think that because there's only like 2 or 3 Rutic bets in game, they're all high level anyways. So I mean, they're all high tier. So I'm pretty sure you would be doing the same, if not more DPS, depending on what tier your Blix is. I think probably more DPS, even if it was a lower tier weapon, which like I said, I don't think there is any. I try to look for a long time, man. I looked for an in-between weapon, because I mean, I love this Blix. I love the Blix, but I wanted to have something in between. The Ozpin RSB S1 X2 is in between level-wise. It starts Civ at level 27, but it's actually lower DPS than the Blix. It has the same high damage, and it does 58 max damage, but it only does it at 44 attacks. That's why actually the knife is so cheap, is because it is a fairly low DPS weapon for what it is. It is a nice option though if you're looking to grind some short blades. It's definitely a reasonable option. It saves you some money. It's actually more eco than a Blix, I believe. Slightly more eco than a Blix. It still holds the melee trauma amp 6, so that is a good grind option for sure. Funny enough, the one weapon that actually matches up stats identically, I believe, with the Bycak Blix is actually the Dehera Immolation Sword. So now we're not talking about a knife anymore, we're talking about a sword, but again, that's a level 30 blade, I think. Level 31? I don't know if I have it with me or not. It's at least level 30. And this is only level 22, so it just shows you what you get, your DPS for the level. I wish I still had a counter telling me how many of these things I've killed. That's the only thing I don't like about the percentage points of the new challenge system. I wish we had a counter that tells us like how many mobs overall we've ever killed of a specific mob. I wish we had something like that, something built in counter-wise. How am I doing on HP now? Yeah, I'm about a third of the way up to the next HP. I got my last one, I think, when I was on Arc just a few days ago, grinding Oros. So it's going up fast. Oh, look at that. I bet you we have it. I bet you it actually rounded up. Let's see. I'm just curious. I have to see. No! We're 0.1 off. Alright, by the end of this hunt, I think we're going to have it, guys. This is our goal. And we still have, we got 9 minutes left in this hunt. How are we doing on TT value? Looks like we're doing fine on TT value. You killing? I'm killing like 700 mobs an hour. On a good day. The best I ever did when I calculated this, I think it came out to 784. I'm saying tonight because I've been chatting a lot tonight. I'm kind of relaxed. I'm kind of just doing this relaxed. When I like am just focusing on this, I'm not listening to any music. It's like I'm just focusing, trying to get the angles right, going to mob. I can manage well over 700. But I think I have that 784 on stream though. I'm pretty sure I have it. I do have a stream. I think it's 1400 It's 1,450 something mobs in 2 hours. I have like a 2-hour grind on stream, I think, saved somewhere in my archives, and I may even have that on YouTube. I've got like almost 1,500 mobs killed over the course of 2 hours. All right, let's get out of there because I was glitching a little bit. But yeah, I know. I love this spot. I mean, look at that skill right there that I'm gaining for just an hour of grinding. If you have the peds to cycle, you have the equipment, and you have a skill pill, this is like your best spot to gain the skill. It really is. You do the same? Yeah, I like high density mob slaying. They don't have to be big, they just have to have a really great HP to level rate. And that was almost a global. That thing cheated me out of a global. Did you see that, guys? That was really close. Ghost Mike, what's your favorite mob that you normally hunt? Oh, geez, well, now they're warming up towards the end of the hunt, which is actually good because it makes you feel a little bit better towards the end. I like getting a nice loot early, though. I should say I like getting a nice loot early and then having at least fair loot. I don't have to get another global, but I like getting at least little pockets like this as I go after getting a nice early loot. And I always would prefer to have that because then, like, if you're doing a big hunt, and then like you're already through your first 500 or 1,000 pet or whatever, and you don't have a global yet, and you're like, oh god, this is painful. This is painful. I don't even want to watch. I'd rather have that, 100, 200 pet global early on, just so you know you've got a little bit of backup loot already when you're working through a few hundred mobs. Just gives you a little bit of a better feeling. Because sometimes, man, hunts are hard to finish. They're really hard to want to finish when they get bad. $261. That's a nice crit right there, guys. That's what I like to see. Of course, it evaded like the next 3 attacks. But if I can find Merp with density like mollusk, then oh, dude, you have no idea how much love I have for Merp. Merp were like my first love when it comes to mobs. I've killed so many Merps, it's been stupid. Do you know the place that's holy shit, there's a level 26 mollusk raider. Actually, I might have to heal with him. Let's see. Nope, he went down. He looted very well, too. That was nice. That was so nice of him. That's the first time I've seen a level 26 mollusk raider on this hill. I gotta be perfectly honest, and I've killed 17,000 mollusk on this hill. Low HP, high level, more skill. Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Merp Young, level 5 mob, only 50 hit points. And it's such a simple thing. I try to tell people that all the time. It's such a simple concept. Low HP, high level equals more skill per mob killed, and people just don't seem to get that. There's a lot of people you can't talk them through it no matter what. And I'm okay with that. There's more skills for me. I mean, realistically, because this is like the best mob spawn on the entire planet. There isn't that many mob spawns that are this dense. I don't know of really any other. Maybe there's one or two, but this is almost as dense as it gets. So, I mean, if people really were into min-maxing their skill gain, there would be like 50 people on this hill, and then nobody would be able to hunt fast anyways. But I don't plan on doing too much more hunts here, so I don't mind showing everybody where this particular hill is. So this is the Megavolt teleporter, and we are just south of that. And honestly, it's the best mollusk spot in the entire game. You know, be able to hunt mollusk tax-free. It's fantastic. There is a spot for merps that is east of where? Orthos Westmount. See that island? Or the peninsula? That little peninsula hanging out right there? That peninsula has a decent merp spawn on it. It's not super dense. It's nowhere near as dense as this, but there's enough. I've killed 700 merps an hour there. You can get up into the 600 and 700 merps an hour. You can get up to that many merps an hour super easy if you're using ranged attacks. For melee, you know, more like 500 to 600. But that, mind you, that's only if you're the only person on the island. If there's anybody else on the island, then that number gets cut down drastically. Simply because you have to get those kinds of numbers, you have to luck out. You gotta be there when nobody else is at the island, and you gotta have like an hour of uninterrupted skilling, which is very rare. Because a lot more people are finding these good spots, and that's a good thing because people are trying to maximize their skill. Just I've seen a few people I've been able to help out, tell about spots and stuff like that, but vast majority don't, and I don't know why. And I try to max out the amount of skills I get per. Oh my god, I'm so overweight. Is it worth TTing any of this stuff at this point? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna TT it all anyways, so. How much time do I got? Oh, no, there's only 24 seconds left. Come on. Let's get a couple more. God, that team name that these people are using in FFA3 is killing me. It's killing me inside every time I see it. P tornadoes and golden showers. It's bad because of how... That's you guys? Okay.
Billy Welch! Now handle
You're
it!
sick bastards, all of you. Oh, God. It is a fantastic name, though. I do applaud it. Alright, how did we do? And I think the answer is...
Billy Welch!
Garbage.
Now handle it!
So we got that. Oh, actually, we looted 3 T-Raps, so that's actually... Okay, so we got 3 T-Raps. More dots, more dots. Throw more dots. Odd groups got left. Even groups got right. That's groups 1, 3, 5, and 7 to the left. The groups 2, 4, 6, and 8 to the right. Groups 7 and 8 are whelp groups. Okay, now listen the fuck up. We are going to DPS very slowly. And I mean fucking slow. Goddamn. Anixia Wipe Club. Perhaps the funniest thing I've ever seen, and that's why it was actually the inspiration. The inspiration for this channel, the channel's name, Whelp Squad TV. Also, If you happen to follow the channel, you may hear a familiar voice that you would recognize, and it may bring back many MMO memories. And I don't know if you have or not, because I haven't had my my other earbuds in, unfortunately, because I get to hear it too, and it is beautiful every time I get to hear it. So let's count up and see how much peds we spent, and I think the answer is we spent more peds than we wanted to. Attachment. So we had 750 ped on that blade, roughly. I'll check the exact numbers later, but we had about 750 ped on it. So we spent, what is that? 644 peds on weapon decay. We don't want that. We want this for right now. So we spent roughly 800 peds. And let's get our armor in there. I should have wrote it all down. I've been better about writing things down tonight. I'm just too tired. I didn't write it down. Well, that wasn't bad armor decay. I actually did really good on armor decay. 172.04. So what? We're looking at like 815 ped, I think. So we're still... I think this is going to be a messy, messy loss. Yeah. I don't know, 85% return. I've had worse. I think that's about what that is. Cause what? That's like 100. It's like 130 ped loss. Cause I've definitely had worse than that. All right. I can accept that, I guess. For using a fairly uneco setup. And only doing one hunt since I've been back on Mollusk, and now I get to switch mobs something else. But at any rate, I think that's it for the show tonight, guys. I plan to do more streams coming up in Entropia. I haven't done one in a while. I used to stream pretty often. Whelp Squad TV streams a variety of games. There's actually 4 streamers on this channel. My name is Greg. The other streamers on the channel are Steven, Josh, and Christian. Christian's my cousin. Steven and Josh are my friends. And we play a bunch of different things. Josh actually did a simulator game today. He played Farm Simulator tonight. I play a game with him called Killing Floor 2. We also play 7 Days to Die. We play Sanctum 2. We're going to be playing Warframe coming up. If you like Warframe, we're going to be playing that. So there's going to be a huge variety of games in the near future, and also already recorded in the past. Tomorrow night, even, we're going to be doing a Dungeons & Dragons stream. We have a custom Dungeons & Dragons campaign that my cousin's putting on for us. So we're going to have a fun time with that. So at any rate, thanks everybody for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Bale EU, Ghost Mike, and Freda Dirk, thank you so much, guys, for stopping and chatting. Really appreciate it. And I'll try to get out there and hunt again sometime soon to show you guys what I've been up to. And hopefully we can get a nice hunt with the firefly in soon. That's my goal. So at any rate, have a good night, guys. Take care.